Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I did these small, beautiful knotless braids, very time consuming, but beautiful. So if you want to know how I got here, stay tuned. So everything you'll need a mirror, a front and a back. I have a mirror in back of me. You'll need clips, duckbill or butterfly. You'll need a braiding comb, and you'll need Shine and Gem, the orange pack, and fresh clean hair with your braiding hair. Now right here I'm contemplating a silk press. I'm like, ooh, should I do a silk press? My hair looking kind of fresh. But I'm like, no, let me go ahead. So let me tell you a little my situation with my hairline in the back. I have hair that it goes all the way down my back and it really hurts. And sometimes I would never let it grow. I would just like cut it off. But here, every time I do braids, I do like 2 big braids because that hair behind there is very sensitive. So I'm going to do 2 knotless braids here. I'm gripping it and then I'm adding hair. And I grip when I braid my hair once and then I feed in the other braids using my 2 fingers, the other hair, and I just do that. And I like to add a new braid or hair every time I braid once. So I braid, add, braid, add, braid, add, and that's going to build the braid. It's not going to be thin, it's going to be thicker. Now, when you're doing your own hair, don't worry about the parting in the back, because unless you really can see, I try to do this mirror thing. I try to have this set up, but I still can't see everything because hair gets in the way no matter what. So just don't be too hard on yourself when you're doing your own hair. Now, your clients, that's a different story. Okay, so y'all know that TikTok that's going around. It says, y'all girls be weak in the knees. Stand up. That's exactly what I had to do. I had to stand up and go in the bathroom and finish my hair. One thing about doing braids is you have to be very comfortable. So here is what I finished, and it's looking really good. It's a lot of braids, but they're so pretty. Okay, so you're going to section your hair, and you have to really know how much hair that you want to leave out. These are really small, so I didn't make a big section. I used the Shine and Gem, and then I'm going to take my parting comb and really part. I find that I part at a slant and I don't want slanted parts, so I'm trying to make sure. I'm looking at the mirror. I have a mirror in front of me, my bathroom mirror, so that's what I'm looking at, and I'm ensuring that the part is straight down and not like a slanted downward part, just like regular down. Then I'm putting that Shine and Gem on the braid to kind of condition it before I start braiding and to get that sheen that I like when I see braids. So I'm going to get 3 strands. Then I'm going to get a piece of braiding hair and hold it like that. Look at my hand movements, and I'm kind of inserting that hair between my braiding fingers, and then I'm going to braid down twice, get another piece of hair and hold it like such and insert it in between those fingers, and then grab hair. As I'm inserting the hair, I'm grabbing it once I twist. My fingers are big, they're kind of in the way, I'm sorry, but it'll get clearer once we start going. Okay, and I'm braiding down some. In this way, I am building the braid, and I'm kind of keeping it thin because these are my edges and I don't want them to be as thick and pull my hair out. So I'm braiding down and then adding hair. And right here, I'm just making sure that the each braid, the 3 sections right here to braid, that they are the same size, that they are even, and I was just borrowing hair from the thickest braid, well, the thickest part of the hair. So now look, I can show you how I'm inserting the hair into my 2 fingers, and then I'm just continuing braiding. Just insert it, and then your fingers will, I promise you, your fingers will do, your brain will command it to just braid like you know how to braid. If you don't know how to braid, this tutorial is not for you. This is for people who already know how to braid. Now right here, I'm gauging to see how long I need this braid to catch up with my other braids, because you want them to be the same size. So here I take a strand of hair, and instead of folding it halfway down, I'm going to take a quarter down, and I'm going to have that tip as my end. And that is how you get flowy braids. That's how professionals get flowy braids, and not so thick at the bottom. So I am inserting it, I'm feeding the hair in, then I'm braiding all the way down. And as I'm braiding, I like to ensure that my braid is smooth. So I will take my hand, I'm not going to do it here, but I'll dip my hand in the Shine and Gem to make sure that my hair is coated, because my hair is kind of longer, so it is going down the braid. Then here I'm just showing you the 3 pieces that's left, and we have 1 long piece and 2 small pieces, and I just braid it all the way down till the 2 pieces end, and I have that 1 long piece. So I'm inserting the hair, and I like to do it once at the scalp to ensure that the knotless braids are to the scalp and they'll last longer. And here we go, I'm braiding down a little, then I'm going to insert another piece in between my fingers. I'm going to braid down and insert another piece. And like I said, I don't want the braids to have a lot of hair on it, because these are my sides and my edges. They're not as strong as the rest of our hair, so I don't want to put a lot of tension on it, because when I take these out, I still want my edges to be intact. That's the goal, a protective style. Now I'm going to feed more hair in, because these braids are pretty long, and I want them to be a continuous size. So if I didn't add more hair there, it would be so thin. Okay, here's where I'm showing you how to smooth out your braid. If you feel lumps, just pull on your braid, and the section of where the hair is, it'll smooth right out. Now I'm borrowing hair, because the hair has to be even or you'll get lumpy, bumpy braids. And that's one thing I do not like about when I see people who say, I want to go get my hair done, I paid this amount of money, and you see all those lumps and bumps. I'm like, baby, no. So don't be that person. Make sure there's no lumps or bumps. If you have to even take the hair out and start all over again, do it. So I'm going to twist my hair, braid it once, add the hair inside, braid down a couple times, add hair, braid. What is this, my second piece of braiding hair? I think I used 4 or 5 pieces of braiding hair. And what I learned is, because I would use like 8 or 9, but once you do that folding method that I taught you, you do not have to use that many pieces of hair, because I was using hair just to get the length that you needed. But I learned that if you just fold it, don't fold it halfway, just fold it to a quarter length, and you'll get the length that you need, and you don't have to braid all the way down. For long braids, you can get that piece of hair that's really skinny, and it'll add the length for you, and that way you don't have to use a lot of hair. I only used about 1 to 5 bags of hair for this whole hairstyle. Now here's where I'll show you how to borrow hair. Just take some from the thickest part and just add it to the next one, and just start braiding down. Your brain is really going to tell you what to do after your fingers take, and then you start braiding, because if you braid all the time, it's not even a thought, you just do it, right? So here's another tip. When you're braiding your hair, I like to braid the braid all the way down. When I'm finished braiding, I cut each braid. That is clutch for me, because at the end, once I braided all the hair that I can braid, I am not going to go back and start finishing the braid. That when I see people do that, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot do that. So I like to braid the braid all the way down and then cut each braid, because when I'm done, I can just get into boiling the hair. And right here, I am adding oil to my scalp, and oh my God, y'all don't understand how good this felt to my scalp, because my scalp was clean. I washed my hair and my hair was just like, yes, I need this. It felt so soothing. So I'm going to add this everywhere in my hair. I'm just looking at my hair and how, thinking like, ooh, this took a long time, but the outcome was so beautiful. You know, knotless braids take long anyway, but to do them small like this, whoo, Lord. Now I'm going to add my wrapping lotion to set it and to add some shine and some sheen to the braids. Then I am going to add the Got To Be glue to set the wrapping lotion, you know, so it can have some hold to it. And then after I do this, I sometimes add more oil, because I don't want the Got To Be glue making my hair stiff. I added some more Nairobi wrapping lotion to the back of the braids, because sometimes those braids get neglected and we don't want to neglect anything. All hair should be treated the same. Oh, and I wanted to say about those braids is I did that. It looks like I did that purposely, but that 613, that 613 braiding hair was looking nappy to me. So I was like, I do not want a bunch of nappy hair. And I'll link the braiding hair that I used. So right here, here's another tip. When you are dipping your hair and it's long hair, fold the top of the hair and dip the top of the hair first. This helps with setting and sealing the hair on top, especially with long hair, without making the bottom super curly and super, you know how the bottom can become tangled. So that will prevent you from, especially if you don't have like a long pot or a long anything to capture the hair. So that will help you with anything. Do that part first, fold it, and then dip the ends, and the ends won't be as crinkly. So, and then another tip, if your braids do become tangled and crinkly, just keep dipping the tips. Dip, and then kind of pull with the towel, because they get so hot. If you continue to dip little by little, they will become straight. So I discovered if I spray, because I like to spray the ends of my hair with Got To Be glue or spritz or anything. If you spray the ends of your hair when they're wet and then blow dry, oh my God, it dries instantly. I say within a minute you have dry ends. I think it's something with like the alcohol inside of the spritz or Got To Be glue or hairspray, and it absorbs the water, so when the heat hits it, it dries instantly. So that's why they say don't use direct contact with spritz and heat and everything. But if you put it on wet hair and you blow dry it, it's miracle. Okay, miracle. So here is the finished look. I stopped using that hair color in the back because it was not good. I didn't like the 613. You know, when you color something to the highest level, it looks nappy. It looks terrible. It doesn't look healthy. So that's why I said no, I'm going to start using the black hair on top. I love the way it turned out. I hope you learned something. If you did learn something, comment down below. And sis, take what I taught you and go make some money. Like practice on your hair or your family's hair. Go ahead and start charging. Make some money on the side or while you're in school. You can make good money braiding hair. Thank you guys for watching. If you really enjoyed this, please share and like. It will really help me out, and subscribe. And if you haven't pressed that notification bell, go ahead and do that so you can be notified every time I post a new video. Peace and love. I send blessings your way. Have a great day. Bye.